Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Tonight's date is June 3rd, 2026. It is a Wednesday. There's Laura. She says, looking good, sounding good. It's all good. It's all good. Welcome to the show. Tonight's coffee is caramel macchiato. Caramel macchiato. Caramel macchiato. From New England brand. From New England brand. It's been an interesting day. Folks might have seen, I got my new screen door up. I got some, I didn't have any suitable paint, so I got a couple spray cans of green for the door. So I just went to town and I painted it when it was on the hinges, which is good. Actually, it was good because if I hadn't, it'd been fucked up because I had to do some tweaking because it's an old house, nothing fits right. Well, then come to find out the problem wasn't my door because I dry fitted it. It's like, hey, this is great, and then I put I put the hinges on, and I used the old hinge placements. Good evening, W. I used the old hinge placements. I just got 3-inch hinges, so the same size hinges. And I put it on, and then when I put it on, I just like, oh, the door wouldn't even go a foot, about a foot, wouldn't close anymore. It'd stay open a foot. It's like, what the hell is going on here? So I took the sander out and I did some sanding and I did this and that and stuff to the door. And it's like, still ain't. So now I look at where the hinges were. It's, oh. Where you mounted the hinge onto it, it wasn't parallel to the door. It was so old that it was actually cockeyed out. So then when the hinge is fully shut, it ain't going to shut because it's not 90 degrees from the door. So there's nothing I can do to the door to make it shut. So then I'm like, okay, well, let's take the hinges off and stuff like that. Try to put some shims in there. Then I put too many shims in there, and then it threw the door too far over, so then it was hitting the other jamb on the other side. It's like, well, you son of a mother. So whatever. I got it worked out. She's shutting now. But without being pulled in and latched, she shuts where the inside of the door is to the outside of the jamb. So it's shut, but it ain't shut. And you can just pull it in a little bit and latch it. So that's fine. Old house, I'm not too worried about it. So right now I got just a pull handle on the outside and a little pull handle on the inside so that the missus can grab it and pull it in and then use the latch and, the eye hook latch and lock it. But the problem is if you go outside, which it's nice going in and out of that door, it's nice, then you just let the door come back and it doesn't shut all the way because you can't shut it. I mean, that's fine, but that ain't right. So I got a screen door latch, a thumb latch, with a handle on the outside and with a little flicky thing on the inside, and then the striker plate on the inside. I got one of them coming. And you're like, what do you mean you got one of those coming? Go down to your local hardware store. My local hardware store don't have them that fit my door. Why? Because the vast majority of them are for 1 1/4 inch doors. I got a 1 1/2 inch door. You can't make a 1/4 inch set fit a 1 1/2 inch door. W says I deal with things like that at our house all the time. Nothing square. Yeah, so you do what you can do. So whatever. So it's working. I got one coming that'll fit a 1 1/2 inch door. So I'll be putting that in. It should be in on Friday. So on Friday I'll put it in, and it's going to be simple. You take the handle off the outside, and the same place it's at. Okay, and I got to put one hole through the door, and then there's 3. You got 3. Yeah, you got 3. 1 big hole, 2 little holes through the door, but you don't have to do any more to singer out the side. And then you put the outside one on, you put the inside one on, then you put your striker plate on the jam itself. Done deal. Easy peasy. Hey, Kay, welcome to the show. So then it'll be technically, I can shut it from the outside and it'll stay shut. Shut it from the inside and it'll stay shut. And you don't need to use the eye hook lock until nighttime, and then you just lock it at night, and that's that. So it was fine. I made it out of 2x4s that I went and no, I can't think. Long day. I ripped the sides of the 2x4s down. So now it's not 2x4. It was a 2x4s are 3.5 by 1.5. So now it's 3 by 1.5, totally squared. Laurel says, hell, my house was built in 2003. There are a lot of wonky things in it. Yeah, I can get that because houses built in the last 20 years, they're wonky. Houses built in the last 10 years, even more wonky. You go back 30, 40 years, you're pretty good. You go back 100 years. It's like, yeah, over time, they might have been built fine, but over time, things ain't plumb and square. So, let me see here. I posted up a picture in the back room. I'll go ahead and post it up here now. I'll visit right now. Visit this right here. So that's what she looks like from the inside. It's just green, hunter green. Simple, box frame, 3 by 1.5. I'm going to put the latch. It's going to go right about here. And I'm going to keep this handle on it. Say, fuck it, keep that handle on it. I'm going to get the latch right here. And that's about where it is on the outside, the big handle, which is twice the size of this handle. Laurel says they suck. Yeah, a lot of them do. So yeah, that's my screen door. Looks like a screen door. I got to put a weather stripping on the bottom because this is actually goes down. The sill is angled, so there's light there. I'm going to put a gasket, a seal on the bottom of the door there, so when it shuts, seals that up. The sides are perfect. The sides are dead perfect. But that's my screen door. Like I said, hey, no need to be harping at a man to get shit done. He'll get it done. This was on my to-do list for 10 years. So I finally got it done. But I got some overspray. On the outside. See this rust color, reddish rust. I need to buy because my outside doors are all that color, and a couple of the awnings are that color. That's the only thing. So I'm going to take a chip in and I'm going to get it and I'm going to redo. It has an awning, nice awning on the outside of that door on the outside. There's also grass here. I'm pretty sure there's a sidewalk underneath there. It wasn't there when I moved in, but this is probably just rain, and you know how it is. Rain covers it up, and it's cement and bricks. And I'll bet you there's a sidewalk underneath there. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to get that done, and I'm going to repaint all my awnings and everything in that rust color because I got overspray of the green. It's fine. it's fine. Yeah. So that was my project. That God, someone said, "Look at those legs." This is what gets me. I posted up today about glasses, Glencairn glasses, and somebody's looking at this and they say, look at that, look at those legs. They're using the right lingo. Bless you, Michael Clay. This right here, this does not show any legs. This picture is my Glencairn glass with whiskey in it, and I swirled it around. This does not show a single leg. What this shows is that's called beading. Beading is those little drops. Legs look like legs. They're streaks. They go down. Beading is what happens after the legs disappear. Does that make sense? So it's like, bless him. He's using a terminology used with whiskey, but there's no legs in that picture. Do you see a single streak in that picture? I don't. What I probably wanted to do is to show the legs. What I do is I'll swirl it, and you see how high the whiskey, how high they are right in through here. That's about where I leave my swirls when I'm doing my reviews to see. It's testing the viscosity of the whiskey is what it does. Laurel says legs are also used with wine. Right. It's testing the viscosity of the alcohol. So you swirl it, and then you let it go. You swirl it up to, see, I go about half of my unused glass. I swirl it up there, and then I let it, then I stop. And then the legs will form, and there'll be streaks. Now you can have, the thicker the whiskey or wine or what have you, the wider the legs are going to be, and the fatter they're going to be. The thinner it is, in other words, more watery, the thinner the legs are going to be. Sometimes you get no legs at all, and you just get beading. Now, this you could tell there was legs because the beading is joined across it. You see how it's joined there. But legs run up and down, not horizontal. So, yeah, there's no, look at those legs. There's no legs there. There's no legs there. You could tell there's legs there because if it's thin legs, thin, fast legs. So let's say you go thick, slow legs, thin, fast legs, medium size, medium, or medium size, slow legs. That's how fast they go and how fast they disappear. There's a lot of terms. If you read my reviews, you'll see, I'll tell you what the legs are, and I'll tell you if there's beading. But you can tell it was at least semi-thick. This right here, I'm using the image in the background is Four Roses small batch. So yeah, that'll have medium to thick legs, medium speed, which makes sense because the way they're still connected across the top, the beads are. So yeah. So bless his heart. He's using, look at those, like, there's no legs. That's I'm not even gonna comment on his post. Yeah, but there's no legs there. Now what I will do is, boy, today's quite the day. I put out a lot of content today. I don't know if you've been to my page today. Put out a lot of content today. There's two things I'm going to talk about. One of them, I'll get it out of the way really first, is I put, note, not all people who wear turbans are Muslim. Now, this should be a no shit moment. But you can't, you would not believe, well, you can go and read the comments about all the people thinking that Muslims don't wear turbans. Well, because, like this guy, I was in Turkey and there's a lot of Muslims there and I never once saw a turban, so that means they don't wear turbans, right? I've been living in the United States, and we've got a growing number of Muslims in the United States. Do Muslims not wear burqas? Because I've never seen a woman personally wear a burqa. No, they wear burqas. Muslims wear turbans. Muslims wear nothing on their head. Muslim men wear nothing on their head. Caps. They've got specific types of caps that they wear. Or they wear turbans. And that's generally depending upon the region they live in and other religious issues. It's not universal. But the reason I post this is every time you post up a Sikh, doesn't matter what they did. They had a Sikh that killed the kid in England, and he's now sentenced for it. But if you haven't heard about it, go to my page, read about it. It's a fucked up situation. But every time you post a Sikh, Everybody yells about the Muslims. Sikhs aren't Muslims. Sikhs all wear turbans, but a Sikh turban does not look like a Muslim turban, which doesn't look like a standard Arabic like the Arabian Nights. The Sultan from Aladdin, he wasn't Muslim, but he wore a turban. Indian peasants wear turbans as well. There's groups in the Philippines that wear turbans as well. So turbans are not specific to Muslims only. What somebody said is, yeah, they generally come from the third world. Yeah, the only places that weren't third world were like southern Spain and stuff like that, and the Moors brought them in. Yeah, they were brought in from third world peoples that settled there. They weren't original. The Caucasus Mountains, the Caucasus areas, some of them did, but again, it was brought in. It was not native to those areas. Turbans are not a sign of progress. It's not a sign of progress. There is no truly advanced civilization and peoples that wear turbans. They don't. But that's neither here nor there. But all the number of people that are going like, oh, hey, Muslims don't wear turbans. They fucking do. And let's say they didn't. Why does everybody, whenever they see a Sikh with a turban on, do they call him a Muslim? Not everybody. A lot of people. You can't post up a picture of a Sikh without somebody making a derogatory Islamic. Now, I'm not saying you got to like Sikhs. I believe they've got a unearned position of grace and goodness. No, they weren't as bad as the Muslims, but they got their own issues as well. And the young Sikhs now got some real issues. They got some attitude issues. There's some problems. But yeah, so you can not like Sikhs. That's fine. You can not like Muslims. You got plenty of reasons not to like Muslims. But don't spout derogatory rhetoric about one group based on another. They're not the same. Sikhs and Muslims aren't the same. Their turbans don't even look anything alike. Nowhere close. But there's so many people in the West, they associate turbans with Muslims. So whatever. So that's what I wrote. It's amazing. And this one jackass, God, it's from Canada. Let's see if I can find his post. And not all whites are racist. Not all Northerners are Yankees. Not all Southerners are inbred. Blah, blah, blah. We can go on and on. Well, how about this? We can fucking delete your comment right there. That wasn't who I was talking about, but that's done. And the reason I posted it, again, was because a Sikh was in the news for murdering somebody. And the anti-Muslim comments about it is... ignorant. Again, you can not like Muslims. That's fine. But Sikhs aren't Muslim. And the truth matters. That's what gets me. The truth matters. Words have meaning. Religions have meaning. Cultures have meaning. You can't swap them. You can't swap them around. Let's go here. Da, 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 da. And Sikhs have actually been assaulted, physically assaulted, because people claim they were Muslims, and they're not Muslims. Yeah. Muslims don't wear turbans. Are you intentionally stupid or is it genetic? I said Muslims do wear them, but not all Muslims. That aside, are you intentionally stupid or is it genetic? Do you know how to read and understand what I actually wrote? I didn't say Muslims didn't wear turbans. I didn't say all Muslims wore turbans. See, this is the straw man shit. It's like, I didn't say that all Muslims wore turbans. I didn't say Muslims didn't wear turbans. Muslims do wear turbans. Not all Muslims wear turbans. You see how that fucking works? That's like saying, okay, Bernie Sanders is a Jew, and I've never seen him wear a yarmulke. Unless he was fucking cosplaying someplace. He normally doesn't wear one. Ben Shapiro wears a yarmulke. So do Jews wear yarmulkes or don't Jews wear yarmulkes? They do and they don't. There's many different headwear that male Jews wear. But not all. Some wear none. The same way as Muslims in their facial hair. Do all Muslims have that same, I call Amish beard? No. No, they don't. But is that a sign of Islam? It is, especially when paired with like a doily-looking hat on the top. You know the type. You go, yeah, he's Muslim. You can tell. But there's plenty of clean-shaven Muslim guys. Fucking people, damn, lack of critical thinking. So, this gets me this other thing, and I shut this shit down pretty quick. This is what I posted. Here we go. Internet on. How's about this? Well, I only got 2 people watching. Did everybody leave me? I posted up this meme, and I caught this from another page. It says, states in blue are states where family of 4 needs over $250,000 a year to live comfortably. They list New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, some of these on the East Coast, New Hampshire, Colorado, California, Oregon, and Washington State. And I wrote, I don't care what you think about each of these states or what your particular view or what your political views are. This is pure hogwash, LOL. It's not just hogwash, it's pure insanity. Not even close to being true, but never let that get in the way of quote-unquote narrative. And this goes along with the whole living wage matter that I wrote about the other day. Laurel says, maybe in the cities, not in their right. And I would say in some of these states, not even in the fucking cities. New Hampshire, $250,000 a year, family of 4. I lived here and I raised a shit ton of kids in the state of New Hampshire. Never came close to earning $250,000 a year. The median income. This is this is what I tell people. It's like, fucking just go. You don't fucking believe me? Go Google the median income of any of those states. Ain't none of them, to include California. You know what California's median income is? Median means the middle. Middle income. Half the people make over it. Half the people make under it. It's the median. $80,000 to $90,000 a year is the median income in California. $80,000 to $90,000 a year is the median income. Do you know what the median income of New Hampshire is? $80,000. That's the median. I didn't raise my kids at $80,000. I'm not living right. My income, what I have to live on right now, is not $80,000. I live comfortably. Oh, you don't have 4 kids. You don't have 2 kids. I could have 2 kids with my income and live comfortably. I had more than that with far less than that and lived comfortably. Lack of critical thinking. Here's the ironic part. On the page that I took it from, almost to a person, it was just getting traction. There wasn't a shit ton of comments. It was just starting to get traction. Almost to a person, they said it's bullshit. I go on my page where I have a lot of followers that are actually reading it and commenting, and they're arguing, and they're like, yeah, that's true. That's true in California. No, it fucking isn't. This one guy. Now, let me read to you what this one guy, I shut this shit down because I'm not in the mood for stupidity. Lack of critical fucking thinking. This is what he says. A family of 4 in California requires an annual income of approximately $116,000 a year to cover basic necessities. That's $116,000 to cover basic necessities. And roughly $287,456, that's a pretty precise number, to live, quote unquote, comfortably using a 50-30-20 budget. You're full of shit. You mean you've got your house is paid, out of your budget. Your house, your food, your utilities, your vehicles are paid. That's what I say. That's your basic necessities is already paid. But then to live fucking comfortably, you need $170,000 more. How the hell does that work? You live. They didn't even just double it. To go from getting your necessities, you need to more than double what you make to live comfortably. How the fuck does that work? We got a different definition of comfortably, I'll tell you that much right now. Because the whole thing is like, monthly expenses for a family of 4 typically ranges from $7,800 to $1,500, heavily depending on location. Heavily depending on location is carrying all that fucking weight. There are a few communities that are abnormally high that's carrying that weight. It's all bullshit. If you think that in any state, and Hawaii was in it as well, really, you need $250,000 a year to live comfortably in Hawaii? Yeah, you better fucking define what you mean by comfortably. Number one, you're already living in a tropical paradise. You've got access to the beaches and the ocean. You're living, so you can do with, yes, everything costs more because it has to be brought in. I get it. But what do you mean comfortably? Comfortably. This is the shit that goes along with what I said the other day. We don't have a problem with a living wage in the United States. We have a problem with people not living within their means. There's a difference. People do not like living within their means. So I shut that down. Yeah, I know I could have let it run and it would have been doing great, but yeah, $250,000. I live in New Hampshire. I've been living here for 30 years. So I'm not playing with $250,000 now. I ain't playing with half of that. So it's like, don't lack of critical thinking skills out there. I'm not going to ask what everybody is making that's watching. I guarantee you, I don't have anybody that has a household income that has $250,000 that watch my show, and we're not doing too bad. I posted up my spotlight post this morning about the jack wagon that he thought he was owning me. You think showing why Pride Month... thank you for showing why Pride Month is still needed. I have to know, though, when did cowboys start drinking their whiskey out of fancy glassware? When they started buying their costumes at the Boot Barn? It's like, the Glencairn glass isn't that fancy. It's actually the default whiskey glass now. The two default whiskey glasses out there is the Glencairn glass and the Rocks glass. They're the two. Now there's others, and there's some that are similar to the Glencairn glass. But if you ask anybody that drinks whiskey, those are probably the two that's going to be up there: Glencairn and Rocks. I've got all of them, but Debbie says never had, never. Yeah, you don't need $250,000 to live comfortably. Comfortably. It's like, what the... Again, when somebody says, oh, to all your necessities are paid for. All your necessities are paid for. To live comfortably, you need over twice that much. You're insane. Once your necessities are paid for, you're comfortable. Your necessities are paid for. Anything over that's gravy. You got more, great. Now, granted, you might not have any retirement money. You might not be able to buy, if something breaks, you don't have the... So, yeah, you want more than what your base necessities are. But twice as much to be considered comfortable? That's insane. That's insane. But yeah, in a boot barn. That's Boot Barn. Yeah. I didn't buy that. I'm trying to think. Was my vest? My vest I did buy from Boot Barn. Some of my vests were bought at Boot Barn. Some of them aren't. Oh, yeah. How's about this? You know that duster, my slick that everybody likes? That's an expensive fucking slick. Guess where I bought that? Boot Barn. Boot Barn. Cowboys buy shit from Boot Barn. They buy shit from Shepler's and countless other places. I buy shit from Shepler's all the time. That's my go-to place. Cowboys buy their shit from Walmart. In the picture, the bolo tie, Mrs. picked it up on Amazon. So fucking what? So it's the same shit that's sold in Western stores. You can go to the most Western, small Westerns. They're selling the same shit. They're all selling the same jeans. They're all selling the same boots. They're all selling the same shirts. What they might not be doing is selling the same hats. You can't get a Stetson up here. I think Boot Barn had some Stetsons, but they were fucking shitty. They were like bargain basement. But yeah, so you get what you need where you need to get it. Fucking people. Swear to God. Swear to God. But yeah. Had a bunch of other stuff I posted today. Go check out my page. But no, they weren't legs. They were beads. They're called beads. Beads or droplets. We call them beads. Like beads of sweat. Legs travel and they're long. Oh, maybe I got a picture with some legs. Let me go see here. I'm going to see if I got a picture with some legs on here. Okay. Legs. I'm going to do a search for legs. Let's see here. Whiskey. Go here. I'm running now. Rolling through, scrolling. Keep those browsers scrolling. Nothing's coming up. Okay, try glass. Okay, there was that. There was that. There's that. Dooby-doo. There was that. There was that. There was that. There was that. No. None of these. None of these have any legs on them. Mm-hmm. Sort of, but not. We gotta go in here. That doesn't have any legs. No, you. Keep on going. Let's go. Oh, that's a nice picture. That's not it. Try review. See if I got any on the reviews. Mm-hmm. Where is everybody? Or says listening. She listening. She listening. I'm not showing too many people in here tonight. I'm trying to find with legs. I'm trying to find my own pictures, but why don't I do this? Why don't I do this? This is probably quicker. Whiskey legs. Try that. Whiskey legs. Images. Okay, that's sorta. That was sorta. A lot of these pictures, like, what are you doing? You're not even showing me any freaking legs. Yeah, that's sort of legs, but no, that's wine is very. This is a wine. I'll just show you right here, internet. This is the wine. This is the wine over here. They're really light. They're really, really light. But yeah, legs are. You see these these streaks coming down here? These streaks. These are the legs. These are that's some thin ass whiskey. See how you've got beads? You got beads on it. You might not see it. It's got beads on it. And then these are thin legs. Let's open up in a new tab. See if I can. See, there we go. I did. Okay. It's a little blurry, but these are legs. And these are legs. This is a leg. Now, short legs, this is a short leg. Medium legs will go medium. Long legs go all the way down. So you go like short, fat legs, short, long legs, fast or slow. And then these right here, these drops, those are beads. Those are beading. Those are beading. Okay, now we can get this out of here. Let's see if we can find a better picture. This right here, this is wine. For wine, these are pretty thick for wine. This would be considered a thin leg with whiskey. But this is a rather thick leg for wine. It's a leg here, it's a leg here, it's a leg here. I found some Google whiskey legs. Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Googling whiskey legs. But these are wine. They got more. They got more pictures of usually with a sweeter wine. I'd imagine so. Drier. I'd imagine drier the wine, the thinner the legs. If I was to make a guess, I'm not a wine guy, but my cheaper, sweeter wines seem to coat my tongue a little bit nicer. Those would give you a thicker leg. So my guess would be, again, I'm not a wine guy. I would guess that the drier the wine, the thinner the legs. That sound right? So right here, this doesn't show. This shows some beating. It says correct. I was a tour guide for Taylor Wine Company back in the day. Oh, cool. Cool beans. I could probably do wine. See, I know notes. If you know notes and you're good at it, you can dissect any alcohol. Knowing the specifics. So like you got brandies and you've got cognacs and you've got rums and you've got whiskeys and you've got wines. You can do it. You can do it with beer too. You can find the notes. Rum, super easy for me because it's so close to whiskey in how it works. Rum and whiskey. They're made from two different things, but the process is pretty much the same. I used to drink a lot of rum. It was my go-to. I've said that before. It was my go-to when I was in the younger years. Was rum. But I wasn't a rum drinker. I was a rum drinker. That's the same way as like, I'm not a beer drinker. I'm a beer drinker. Now you go, wait, you're saying the same thing. No. I'm not a beer drinker. I know beer. I know what I like. I've had a lot of different beers, but I tend to just drink Miller Lite is what I drink now. Now I've got other beers that I like, but I don't. So I just drink, I just drink beer. I don't go goo-goo over beer. I've drank my fair share of beer, but I'm not a beer drinker. I'm a guy that drinks beer. Okay, so there's the distinction. I was a guy that drank rum, but I wasn't a rum drinker. I didn't get into the minutia of rum. I know what I liked, and it's like, I like Bacardi Light. I drank Bacardi Light, Bacardi Light. Thank you very much. If you go and you want a Bacardi and Coke, don't say Bacardi and Coke. Say Bacardi Light and Coke. Otherwise, they're going to give you the house rum. Be specific. That's what always gets me about movies. They belly up to the bar and they go, what do you have? I have a whiskey. Don't even ask them a question. They say, okay, here you go. It's like, and my question every time that happens is, what kind of whiskey is it? Even the bars back in the day had more than one fucking kind of whiskey. Do you want a rye? Do you want a bourbon? Do you want an Irish? Do you want a Scotch? The bars, even back in the day, out in the Western frontier, they had more than one fucking bottle of whiskey. So nobody would actually come up and, if they came up and said, well, what do you want? I want a whiskey. They'd ask, what kind? And they'd probably ask, what price? Because that's going to dictate. They had different grades. And the house whiskey was usually watered down crap. The Whiskey Act did a lot for whiskey. Oh, we started having standards. Whiskey today is way better than it was in the 1880s. Way better. Way better. Laurel says, I always ask for top shelf. Do not give me that generic shit. Right. If you don't specify, you go top shelf, you say top shelf. I'm leery about that. I would normally not do that because then they might see you and you'll pay for more drink than you need. This is what I want. I want Bacardi Light. That's what I want. It's not top shelf. It ain't bottom shelf, but it ain't top shelf. I don't want to pay out the ass for it, but yeah. But whiskey, it's like it always gets, give me a whiskey, and they never ask. They just pour it. They just pour it. And it always gets me. Sometimes they'll go and they're almost all. Sometimes not. There'll be a glass. Sometimes it's a shot glass, which always gets me. I'd have to look into it. I'd wager that shot glasses were not a popular commodity back in the 1800s. Now what? Because it's a drink specific. You know, just regular glasses. Let's see. Let's find out here. How common were shot glasses in the Old West? Don't stop it. I don't want to get recipes. Stop it. Get out of here. No thanks. No. Yeah, no thanks. I'll pay the full price. Get out of here. Okay, in the 1800s, there's mentions of teeny glass receptacles used for holding whiskey. Very thin glass. So they were around, but that's not telling me how common they were versus yeah, before what we know is a shot glass, they just had smaller glasses. But neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. They'd you watch the movies and they'll either give them a small glass, not a shot glass, but a small glass. Not usually the size of a rocks glass, because most of the places didn't have ice or a way to cool the rocks. Anyways, that's where the term comes from. Is the people in Scotland would go to the streams that were glacier cold water year round, and they'd take the round pebbles that were washed by the water, and they'd be cold, and they'd put that in their glass, and then they put the whiskey in it, and that's where the term on the rocks comes from. Now you can buy rocks now. I've got a couple different types of rocks, and I even got rocks that are shaped like bullets. I should post up that. I posted in the past. I'll repost it again. Let's see here. Bullet. Let's see here. Let's try whiskey. Whiskey bullets. Hate it when my mustache gets little hair decides it's just going to jump out of my face and into my mouth. How that happens, I have no idea. Whiskey rocks. Maybe it's in there. I saw it today. Yeah, here we go. This isn't the picture, but this is a standard rocks, crystal rocks glass. I don't use this one. Hey, whiskey straight. Whiskey straight. He passed away a few years ago. His page is still up. She should have it taken down. So yeah, it comes with like a cylinder, and then these are the they look like bullets, and you get them cold and you put them in your drink, and I tried it. I'm not that keen on it. I'm not that keen on it. Let's see if I got another picture. The other picture I had me holding them, so you can see the size much better. Laurel says, I always ask for... Okay, that's good. I've already seen that. I didn't want to know if she'd post it up again. Sorry about that. I just don't want to miss somebody's comments. Whiskey bullets. Is that... Show me. Dang it. Saw it today. Oh, look at that. Oh, here we go. There we go. There they are. That's the picture I saw. So that shows you how big they are. I mean, I got large hands, but they're just whiskey bullets. There's Justin Fulton. He commented on that. He blocked me too. We got into a tiff. He was bitch pissing and moaning about the housing market and talking out his ass, and I called him on it. And we'd been friends for a long time. Oddly enough, I don't think he's blocked my personal page. He's blocked the Whiskey Cowboy page. But there's them. And I got the molds that you can make the spheres. I tell you, they're not as good. The best things is if you're going to do spheres, they've got machines that do it, and I think it tumbles when it's doing it. There's a method, and they're beautiful. The ones where you get the molds for them, it's hard to get them right. The reason why spheres work so good if you're going to have if you're going to have ice cubes is they melt slower and they have a larger surface area for the whiskey to cling to, so they work better. I just never cared for whiskey on the rocks with ice. Didn't care for it with the actual rocks too. I got square rounds. They look like dice, big dice, but without the numbers on them, without the dots. Didn't care for that either. I just look if I want. This is what I tell people. If I recommend, if you like your whiskey chilled, chill your whiskey. Don't pour it over ice. That's going to melt, and your first sip and your last sip are going to be different. By the time you get your last sip, it's super watery whiskey. Yeah, do it if you want. But if you like the coolness of a chilled whiskey, put your whiskey bottle, the one you like, you're going to have, put it in the refrigerator. It's that simple. Put it in the fucking refrigerator. If you're going to be drinking all night, put your whiskey bottle, and you know those containers that the buckets, and they put the ice in it for wine, and they put the wine in it. Put your whiskey bottle in that. When it's already cold. Problem solved. Because I like chilled whiskey every now and again. That's what happens in the wintertime, sitting out in the Franken-Zebo with a fire. The whiskey gets cold. What chilling your whiskey does, as well as everything else, works with beer, works with everything. It dulls the notes. It'll make it sweeter. It brings out chilling alcohol brings out the sweetness and dulls the harsher notes. Okay, so the tannins they'll be less prominent. If there's a bitterness, it'll be less prominent. Works with beer, Works with everything. That's why most beers are served cold. You ever had a warm beer? Just a lager. Just a lager. Just try a nice lager and drink it warm. Oh my God. Tastes awful. Make it cold and you're like, oh, this tastes good. Right. Now there are some beers that are good to drink warm. Alt beer is a beer best served warm. When I say warm, I'm talking room temperature. Warm. Not chilled. And it's a reddish brown beer. It's very oily. It's viscous. And it's got very good flavor notes. Very rich. It's about as dark as I go with beer. I don't like a Guinness. I don't like stouts. An alt beer is about as dark as I'm going to get, and that's best served room temperature. You can serve it chilled, but it's best served room temperature. Whiskey, in my opinion, is best served room temperature. There's other drinks that are best served room temperature or slightly warm. You ever seen a brandy snifter? You know how they're big and they put it in their hand? And they swirl it around like that. They're swirling it around like that to have the oils do their thing and the vapors collect. And the heat from their hand slightly warms the brandy. Because warmth releases the essence of your alcohol. Coldness reduces the essence of your alcohol. You still have the same proof, but what you're getting out of it is going to be totally different. Also, like I had pointed out many times before, how a glass is shaped determines whether you're going to get the most out of your drink. Beer glasses come in a lot of different shapes. You got mugs. Beer mugs are just for drinking beer. It's not going to ruin the beer. It's fine. It's a good vessel to drink beer out of. Okay, here we go. Let's go to our. But you look at this right here. There we go. These are different shaped glasses, and they're for different types of beer. I would say if you're going to have if you're going to have two glasses, you get a beer mug and you get an imperial pint. An imperial pint has a bell at the top. And remember how I've said before, when you have this tulip is way, I would not drink beer out of a tulip, but that's okay. Ideally, you want to fill, if it's got see how this is the widest part, the IPA glass. It's filled to the widest part. See this bell on this imperial pint? It's filled to the widest part. These other ones, not so important, but you just fill them close to the top, a couple inches from the top. But my beer, I got beer mugs and I've got imperial pints. But my imperial pints are wait a minute here. Get over here. Images. There we go. They are almost this shape right here. Oh, I got a picture of my beer. I got a picture of my beer glass. Come on. Where are you? Got a picture of my beer glass. That ain't it. That ain't it. Come on now. I got a picture of my beer glasses. That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. Those ain't it. These ain't. There it is. See? This is it's like this, and it's got a subtle bell at the top, so it's pretty close to this one right here. Pretty close to this one right here. Let's see here. They're like this. Pretty sure. Pretty sure they're like this one. Let me go back here. Yeah. So there we go. These are wheat. They call them wheat beer glasses. That's for any of your standard Pilsners, lagers, stuff like that. This is a classic pint glass. You see, it's even got a little thing right here too. If I'm going to tell something, if you're going to get one type of glass, get this right here. Get this for your beer, just like that. I have that one, and I have mugs. Now, I've got. Like I said, when it comes to whiskey, and I've got both red and white wine glasses. These are all my whiskey glasses that I've got, the types. Let's go. Let's get bigger. Okay. You can see that there. I'm trying to keep it in focus. It's still big. So classic shot, Glencairn, and these are mine. This is my photography. Shot glass, Glencairn, white wine glass. I said, if you don't have a Glencairn glass, you can use a white wine glass. Somebody else posted up that they use a wine glass without a stem. That's commonly used for whiskey for the same purposes. You fill your Glencairn glass properly to half or just over half of where the fat part is on the glass, the bell. You take the same liquid for the wine glass. You do it about, on this one right here, you do it about a third. You do it about a third of the way up. But you see how it comes into the top? Well, that captures your vapors from the whiskey. And that's what you smell. And smelling is most of what you taste. That's why when you get a cold, things don't taste right. Well, because what your tongue actually tastes is salt, sweet, bitter. That's about it. Salt, sweet, and bitter. All the other things that you taste, like, oh, your taste buds, you can taste so much. Salt, sweet, bitter. The rest comes from your nose. That's why before you drink alcohol, whether it's a beer, whether it's wine, that's why you see people with wine, they'll smell their wine. It's not just because they like the smell of wine, although that's it. It primes their taste buds. Same way with whiskey. If I'm sitting drinking whiskey, you'll see me swirl it and stuff like that, and I'll nose it. I'll nose it more than I sip it. I'm priming my taste buds in my brain to get all the notes that are in the whiskey. I got to be careful when I'm demonstrating whiskey with people, though, because I think the last person that came over and did that was my son, and he got shit faced. I didn't. But it's like, oh, let's try this one. Let's do this one over here. And okay, we'll get these notes here, and you see that? You get that flavor? Yeah, I like whiskey. Let me go and see. It was funny that this one right here about you can't see it. Sorry. The $250,000 a year post. Let's see how many people I've lost so far. I've lost 2 people. I've got I've got a negative 2 net follows on that. Can you believe that shit? So 2 people that followed my content no longer follow my content specifically because of that particular post. Look, if good riddance. Lord Almighty. You just can't, some people, swear to God. Been a slow week. 33,251. I think it was Friday. Friday we busted 33. So since Friday, I've only gone up 251. Since Friday. Where is everybody? Where's everybody? Yeah, and I don't like unless it's an alt beer, I do not like a warm beer. No. And I don't like IPAs either. My son likes IPAs. They taste like, you know what an IPA tastes like? You pissed in a glass, threw in a bunch of fresh lawn clippings, and blended it in. That's what an IPA tastes like. Laurel says, I've been wondering the same thing. Yeah, I don't know where everybody is. But yeah, an IPA tastes like piss and grass clippings. Heavy on the grass clippings. I have no idea. And it's all the craze. It's all the breweries, all the microbreweries. Hey, IPA. It's like, it sucks. I am a medium to light American lager. I'm simple. Like I said, I drink beer. I'm not a beer drinker. I drink beer. I'm a whiskey drinker. I drink whiskey. I don't just casually drink whiskey. So people go, hey, what kind of whiskey do you have with your dinner? I don't. I have beer with my dinner. I have wine with my dinner. I also have wine not during dinner. I like a nice sweet wine with a whole wheat cracker. A nice hearty whole wheat cracker and sharp cheddar cheese on it. So really, I like a sharp, but not a super sharp if I'm just eating, or a mild cheddar if I'm going to go cheddar. But when I have my wine, I like a really sharp cheddar, a stone ground whole wheat cracker, and a nice cold glass of Arbor Mist Blackberry Merlot. I'm a simple man. I like wild vines, but I can't get it anymore. And Blackberry Merlot is my favorite red. But yeah, a Blackberry Merlot, stone ground whole wheat cracker with sharp cheddar on top. Oh, that's a good afternoon. Just sit there and just that's because everything works together. Everything works together. It's funny, when I was younger, I didn't like whole wheat crackers. I was a butter cracker. A Ritz is a butter cracker, by the way. I like a butter cracker. And club crackers are butter crackers. They're fine. Now, a nice club cracker with a Monterey Jack on it. That's nice. That's nice. I'll even have that with some wine. But what really cuts with wine is, God, sharp cheddar, stone ground whole wheat. Oh. Am I the only one that likes that kind of stuff? It's getting to the point I need to have the missus pick me up some whiskey sour stuff. She makes me a good whiskey sour. I like that in the summertime. But yeah, Miller Lite's good enough for me. I'll drink other beers. That's fine. Won't drink Budweiser anymore. A lot of people piss on Budweiser. Oh, Budweiser, that ain't real beer. Yeah, it's the highest selling beer in the world. Don't tell me it ain't real beer. You may not like it, and you may want to. You think you're all highfalutin because you like German. Hey, stationed there twice. I'm full aware of German beers. They're fine, but an American lager is no less a beer than anything else. Laurel says, I liked a good smoked Gouda. That's good. My youngest, she likes smoked Gouda. She crazy over smoked Gouda. So we get her some smoked Gouda every once in a while. For those who don't know, it's a creamier, nuttier cheese but it's mild and smoked as it's smoked. It's good. It's a good cheese. It's a good cheese. I usually default to like a Monterey Jack or cheddar. But Gouda's good. Gouda's good. Smoked Gouda's good. It's more expensive than cheddar. But it's good. It ain't outrageous. Okay, so folks, if you ain't tried it, try it. You can pick it up. You ain't gonna break your budget getting yourself some smoked Gouda. Go ahead and do it. It's good. Oh, you know what would be good? Is take some smoked Gouda and then wrap it up in some bruschetta. Laurel says Havarti and sharp cheddar are my other favorites. Yeah, Havarti, we get that every once in a while. But yeah, take some smoked Gouda, wrap it up in some bruschetta. Oh my God! Now that'd be good. That'd be good. That would be good. Yes, sir. Bruschetta is like it's a cured ham. It's like ham, but it's cut super thin. It's it's yummy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, it's almost 15 after. I guess Judy will probably be here in about 5 minutes. I'm just making a guess. About 5 minutes. Let's check the time now. The time is now 9:12. 9:12. I think she'll be here within 5 minutes. I said 9:12. Let me write that down. There we go. Oh, we'll see. Don't know where Peggy is. Don't know where Peggy is. Alicia hasn't shown up. She showed up on my page today. Thinking I said something I clearly didn't say. It's like, it's okay. She's probably on meds, so. Laurel says charcuterie boards are just grown-up Lunchables. That's true. That's true. Yep. Yep. They are. And for rich people. You know, I never owned a charcuterie board. We just put them on plates. Plates are serving trays, which, I mean, basically was charcuterie board, but it isn't. A charcuterie board is like a fucking, it's a cutting board that you never use for cutting. And it's smaller. That's fine. We always just like put it on plates. Yeah. I wasn't as rich as you were, Miss Laurel. Oh my goodness. Tonight's coffee, caramel macchiato from New England brand. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Goodness to gracious. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Laurel says, nailed it. I was gifted a charcuterie board. Yeah. it's a thin cutting board you never use for cutting. They're neat. I look at what people are paying. It's like, holy shit. But I know how much the wood costs, so I'll get some charcuterie boards out there. Yes, life got in the way. I've got to get things ready, and my first orders have got to be able to be sent out, or at least ordered by July 4th, because I got the 250th anniversary coasters. I've just had a shit ton going on in my life and other things that I needed to get done. So the products are coming. The products are coming. Yep. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we put shit on plates. Excuse me. Oh, did you see? Did you see the exchange between me and Shitbird about I gotta find this right here. 90% of hate speech targets men and whites. Facebook's race-blind algorithm backfires in their face. Finds 90% of hate speech was directed towards white men or white people and men. I thought that was funny. That was funny. I posted it up. I checked to make sure that it was real. It's real. It's real. So I yeah, shocker, says Laurel. Yeah. Let's see what this guy posted. It's funny as hell. Funny as hell. Where the hell is it? Come on. Now, please show me. Where the hell is it? Okay, there we go. Mark writes, can you post a site and or link to validate this claim? Can I? Yeah, sure. Am I? No. Someone writes, no, I wrote back to Mark. I said, Mark, use your favorite search engine. I did before posting it to make sure it was accurate, because I do that. If I post it, you can be pretty sure it's either satire, and if you're too stupid to understand satire, well, fuck it. There's still people that don't get Road Apple Media. Clear satire. And they whatever. So this is what he writes back. Usually, when one puts up a post about something that is newsworthy, they have the courtesy to add a link to the story. See, fuck you. Okay. I've seen you do this before. Sometimes I do. The Whiskey Cowboy. I'm not disturbing or I'm not disputing or disparaging the claim, even in the least. But you said that you did your due diligence to make sure the claim is accurate. A link would have been nice to A, help others to find out the ins and outs of this issue, and B, streamline the claim to make it easier for others to spread it around. Yeah, because just sharing it isn't streamlined enough. I didn't think asking for simple validation was going to ruffle people's feathers over a simple request, and I laughed at him. He didn't. Some people called him out on it. Said, "Do your own fucking research." But I had no feathers to ruffle. I said, I don't do it all the time. And when I do, Facebook reduces my already reduced distribution. People don't understand that. If I provide a link in whatever I'm posting, they slice my distribution lower than it actually is. I keep track of these things. So I'm very careful now with if I put a link in, and sometimes I'll put a link in the description, but their AI reads it too. If he says link is in the description, that shit gets reduced as well. So it's a catch-22. If I think that the link is of worthiness, I'll post it. But this was it. Who fucking cares? Okay. I said, and to act like I am lacking courtesy by not providing a link is laughable at best. That said, I certainly don't have any feathers being ruffled, LOL. And you made the request, I denied it. Pretty simple. And if you or If you or others can't even do a simple Google search, then that's on you. And I don't have to prove anything I post by linking to other sources. If that is what folks want out of the places they go to, they may want to take me off their list. I provide what links when I provide what links when I want to for the reasons I may want to, and that's that. Other than that, folks can trust me or not. But if they don't, and they want to prove me wrong, they are welcome to. My reputation is more important to me than a few clicks. That aside, if folks hover over your name, they will see something that makes your comment and subsequent comment come into absolute clarity. And sorry, I'm not obeying. This is my page, not yours. Cheers. Now, I don't know if I'm going to show you. This is what you'll find. This is what you'll find if you hover over it. His name is Mark. In his description, it says, King of telling people what to do. That's in his fucking description when you hover over his name. Mark. King at telling people what to do. King at telling people what to do. Oh my goodness. Oh, I saw that and I'm like, you can't look. You can't you can't make that shit up. Oh, and he's going to still run. My point was supposed to go to who stated who do you retards? And then my post was being nice as being called retard. It wasn't nice either. Blah, blah. Now do you care about who started our... But you didn't... Another one, but you didn't give Robert Hicks a public warning as you did me. And that's either you thought his name calling was just... Oh, here we go. Oh, hell. Right. Oh, hell. Another, you didn't give the other guy a public warning person. LOL. Welcome to third grade. Again. Okay, Mark. Here goes. Robert. Don't be a meanie. I'm serious. Stop it. Don't be a bad boy. Here is your scolding. Was that good enough for you, Mark? I put Mark. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking, oh, Jesus. Yeah. I said, and yes, it was bias on my part. It's my page. We already addressed that in other pages. It's fucking what a pussy. You didn't. I hate it. I'm gonna have to post about that too. If I tell one person you didn't tell them to, Jesus Christ, are we in fucking grade school? Okay, yeah, here we go. How's this sound? Oh hell, another. You didn't give the other guy a public warning. Person. LOL. Welcome to the third grade again. Okay, Mark, here goes. Robert, don't be a meanie. I'm serious. Stop it. Don't be a bad boy. Here is your scolding. Mark won't be happy until you get a talking to as well. And wrote, well, was that good enough for you, Mark? And yes, it was bias on my part. It's my page. And well, we already addressed that in other exchanges. We already addressed this matter in other exchanges. Now stop it. Or, well, if you know me and how I run things, you should know how that plays out. Fucking baby. Jesus Christ. What a fucking baby. And that happens more often than I even talk. You must be biased on you. He said a mean thing. He said fucking retards. Yeah. No, I fucking agree with him. Yeah. Robert Hicks goes, why do you retards always expect others to do the work for you? And why should anyone care if you validate this claim? Right. Robert was right. Robert actually used milder language than I use. I use retards all the time. And Mark's being a retard. Can you validate? Can you send a link to that? Why don't you? And like I had posted up earlier, it's like by the time it took to do the exchange, he could have looked for the information countless times. Let's see here. Oops. Ah, you fucker. No. Ah, you bastard. Okay, we'll go in here. Go in there. There we go. Okay, boom. Okay, here we go. I did hate speech on Facebook 90%. I didn't even get into the particulars. House.gov. That's from the fucking federal government. House.gov. Facebook's race-blind practices around hate speech came. Okay, on April 2020, documents said roughly 90% of hate speech subject to content unknown to their statement or attempts. Okay, so it's like, boom. That's just... Dig. Facebook algorithm finds 90% of hate speech targets. That's right. White people and men. Right. 5 days ago. So this has been known. This is a resurgence. This has been known since freaking 2000 to 2004, some shit like that. I mean, all he had to do is like, Jesus, just do a rough Google search. It took me how long? Because again, I did a more elaborate question when I wrote mine out. But yeah, The information's there. And here you go. Here's another thing. If you're too lazy to fucking do a Google search yourself, why should I think that you're not going to be so lazy as to follow a link and read where it was from? How does that work out? Judy, are you here? My guess was off. It's been over 5 minutes. It's been almost 20 minutes. But yeah, it's like, oh, please, provide me with the links. If you're too lazy to go and look for it yourself, what makes you think? Because here you go. It'd be the same thing. Most people wouldn't follow the links. They'd go, oh, it must be true. I see a link. Because you wouldn't link it if it wasn't true. When the truth is, yeah, a lot of times when links were done, that's not what the page is saying. Or they link to an article or a source, and they go, well, it must be true because they're linked to it, and you read it, and you go, yeah, but that's not what they fucking said. So, yeah, some of the shit that I post, I give a link if I think that is relevant. If I don't think it's relevant, like this, it's a stupid fucking meme that saying shit that we all know. Yes, a lot of stuff is confirmation bias and it's lies, but I already verified it. Already verified it. So folks can either trust me or not trust me. If you don't trust me, fine. Don't follow my content. Move on. Those who follow my content know, yeah, if John posts up something, there's a good likeliness that it's accurate. Again, you may not like or agree with my particular thoughts on matters, but when I post up, it's the truth. It's the truth. Because I hate being wrong. I hate coming in. It bites me in the ass. Every time I let my guard down, I'll go, yeah, fuck it. I'll just post it up. It's fine. And something's going to be off on it. And somebody's going to point it. It's like, Jesus Christ. This is how bad it goes. I posted up some commentary last week, and it was about was it the 11th? Is it 11th or the 8th? Circuit Court ruled that states are not. It was the appeals court. They ruled that states are not legally obligated to honor other states' carry permits. I think they're wrong, and that's going to be sorted out. The ideal way is to not this fucking ruling shit. No, what they need to do is Congress needs to sit down, and they need to pass a law that requires reciprocity, just like driver's licenses. States can't arbitrarily go, no, fuck it, I'm not. Nebraska's driver's license, get the fuck out of here. Nope, sorry, not valid here in Montana. Doesn't work that way. Marriage license, you're from Louisiana? You're from Louisiana. No, I'm sorry. Oregon does not recognize your marriage certificate. What? Isn't that funny how that works? All the other legal documents, they recognize it. Not a carry permit. Nope, not that. And that actually has to do with your rights. Now, the Supreme Court should say the only carry permit you need is the Constitution. Get rid of this shit altogether. But I'd be happy baby steps. Baby steps would be national reciprocity passed by Congress, signed into law. That's good. I'd pick my other battles. Work on other laws that are in gross violation of the Second Amendment. And the first thing I'd do is I'd run down, because I let mine lapse because I don't need it. I'd go down and I'd fill out a form and pay my $15-20 and wait a week or two and get my carry permit. It'd be that simple. And I could go fucking anywhere. Because as it is right now, I don't go into Massachusetts. I don't go into New York. I don't go into a lot of states. If I can't carry, I avoid those states. But yeah, so I picked a picture. It was just a nice picture. It had a gun on it, had a flag on it, had a carry permit form on it thing. And there was a word misspelled on it. Jesus. So, of course, somebody had to make a smart-ass comment about, that from the Leering Center. Jesus Christ. I didn't again, let my guard up. Didn't proofread just an image that I thought would be a good image. This is going to demonstrate the commentary that I posted. And it bit me in the ass. It's like, oh my goodness. Everything I post, the missus, she's my editor. Because she catches stuff. She'll catch stuff. I type fast. There's a lot of autocorrect and autofill. It's like there's no way I wrote that word. Or I'll be typing along and, you drop a letter off the end. It's stupid shit like that. Or I'll get a weird sentence. I'll be typing it. And I draft stuff, and I might draft an area 3 times. And I'll do it really quick. And then move on, and then realize that didn't fucking make any sense. Like a half of a draft and half of a draft, and she'll go, what were you trying to say? Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. And then I correct it, and I edit it, and go on with it. Posts that are made online that are edited, they show the edits. People don't realize that. If you didn't know that, on Facebook, all edits are there. You see the edit history. So you can see all the fuck ups that I guess. You got it. It's like, it looks good. And see whether it says edited. And you'll see, this was misspelled or this was there. A lot of times it'll be like words typed in capital letters. And the reason is spell check doesn't pick them up. And I don't hit cap locks and type them out. I hold shift while I'm doing it at the same time. So I fuck it up a lot. But yeah, you'll see where it's like, oh, that was the change there. And that works with people's posts as well. It's like, yeah, you go in and edit your comment. The edit history's there. Just look and you go edit, boom, and you hit it and it pulls it up. It'll pull up all the edits. Let's see if I can if I can find one. Oh, I know I changed a typo on this one. How come there's no edit history? Okay, view more comments is in there. See insights and ads. Oh, for me, I have to go and see my edit history separate on here. But I know I see it on other people's posts. Okay. So, well, whatever. Well, that's that. I don't know. Where the hell is everybody? This is getting old. I see you ain't working. I said blast from the past. I see you ain't working. Yeah, it's like it's a blast from the past. I'm sitting there with a big fucking shirt on. Oh, God. People are stupid. They are slackers. Well, there's something. They're being disrespectful. Being disrespectful. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I had a headache coming on from about mid-dinner. About mid-dinner. Now, do you say dinner or supper? And I say supper every once in a while. I'm a dinner guy. I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't have supper. Which is odd because poor people usually say supper. So I don't say supper. Not really. Yeah, I can't think of it. What are we having? What are we having for dinner? I don't say supper. Get ready for dinner. We don't say get ready for supper. So we're having steak for supper. Laura says that she switches it up. I don't have any problem with supper. I mostly say dinner. I mostly say dinner. I only say brunch when it's breakfast at lunchtime. Breakfast is breakfast. Lunch is lunch. Dinner is dinner. Yeah, I'm a dinner kind of guy. It's amazing. I come from very very humble roots, to say the least. But I have a vocabulary and mannerism which belie my poor upbringing. Laura said farmers had breakfast, dinner, big meal, and supper, lighter meal. Yeah, yeah, and lunch was probably just something on the go if they brought it, because you're out working. You're out working. Now we had late dinner would be I call that a bite. I'm trying to think, what do I call? I call it a bite. So I have breakfast, lunch, dinner. A late dinner would be a bite. You know, like if you eat a late lunch, I'll have a bite sometimes late. If you know when you have like a big lunch, but it's late, so you're having it like close to 2:00. Well, come 4:00, you're not hungry. 5:00, you may not be hungry. 6, whatever. If it's after 6:30, if it's like 7 or 8, I have a bite to eat. I call it a bite to eat. I'm not going to have dinner at that time. I have a bite to eat. It's just a dinner, but I don't call it a dinner. Does that make sense? Yeah. I have a bite. I got to have a bite to eat. Yes, a bite to eat. I'm playing it in my head because it doesn't happen often, but it happens often enough. Happens. Like if I'm forgetting to eat, like I didn't eat lunch, or I forgot to eat lunch normal time, and then I had something to eat, and then it's too. Laura says totally. We do the same. Yeah, we have a bite to eat. I don't feel, even if it's a dinner, it's usually leftovers or something like that. It's not I'm going to start cooking dinner. I'm going to start cooking dinner at 7:00. No, No, I'm going to have a bite to eat, and it's going to be something simple or leftovers. Dinner is 4 to 6:30. Usually 4 to 6:30. Lunch is 11 to 1:30, 2 at the latest. If I don't eat it by 2, I try to just go, fuck it, I'm going to wait till dinner. Because I know if I'm going to eat, I'm just going to ruin dinner. Unless I'm just starving. Sometimes I'm starving. Depends upon what I'm doing. I got to watch out for hydration. Oh, my God, the other day, that was a Tuesday. Laura says, agree. Grab something out of the fridge that you can heat up. Right. Even if it's heating up in a frying pan, it's just, you're not cooking the whole meal. You're just heating it up. So it's a bite to eat. You're going to have a bite to eat. And that's what I call when we're out. If we're out driving and we stop someplace, I don't usually say lunch or I just, do you want a bite to eat? And we get something to eat. Now, do you say bite to eat? I always find it interesting to hear what people say and what they don't say. Again, people can't tell where the hell I'm from by the words I use or even my accent because it's all over the place. It's all over the place. It was like, where are you from? Where do you think I'm from? Well, not here. It's like, you're right. Grab something to eat. Yeah, grab something to eat. Pack a bite. You can pack a bite. You can pack a lunch or pack a bite. Now, what was I saying? Say grub. Don't say vittles. I don't eat vittles. Grub. Grub, not vittles. I don't say pop. I say soda. I don't say pop. I don't say soda pop. And I generally call it what it is. If I want a root beer, I'll say I have root beer, Coke, Pepsi, Sprite. I call them fairies now. Fairy. I usually say what it is. 7-Up. Soda's too generic, but if I'm going generic, soda, not pop, not soda pop. We did I'd put the feelers out back. I do it every year or so. Hoagie, Sub, Grinder. Hoagie, Sub, Grinder. They got another word for it? Hoagie, Sub, and Grinder. I think that's it. Laurel said growing up it was pop. If someone asked for a soda, they meant ice cream soda. Yeah, for me, soda was any... yeah. But yeah, I've used all three, Hoagie, Grinder, and Sub. I just interchange them. Depends upon what it's like a meatball sub. It's a meatball sub. A meatball grinder? Nah, it's a meatball sub. Now a grinder for me would be like growing up grinders were just it's, I guess you'd call them an Italian. It's roll, mayo, meat, cheese, lettuce, maybe some pickles. It's not a full-on Italian which has all types of meat. No, it's just put some diced peppers and diced onions in it. It's a grinder. Meatball sub. A grinder would be unless you're going to Subway, then it's a sub, of course. Hoagie. I've used it. Don't use it often. A hoagie. not used it often. Usually a sub or a grinder. Hoagie sometimes, not often. But yeah. Now, what do you call it? Do you call it a sub, hoagie, grinder? Hero? Hero? I think they're called heroes, too. A hero. It's always a sub or a grinder. Laurel says, then in Georgia, someone asked me if I wanted a Coke. I said, sure. Do you want a Mountain Dew, Pepsi, root beer? Coke is a registered trademark. Yeah. Yeah. See, for me, it's... Laurel says that she calls it a sub. Yeah. I'm a sub or a grinder. Again, it depends upon what it is. Yeah, if we have a meatball sub, it's a meatball sub. If we're going to make grinders, we just make grinders. It's grinders is, they're all the same, but I don't know. I just call them different things. But yeah, a Coke is Coke. To me, Coke is Coke. Pepsi is Pepsi. Right? Do you want a Pepsi? Or do you want a Coke? If they say, do you want a soda or do you want a pop? Well, then, okay, then it's Mountain Dew, Pepsi, root beer, Sprite, 7-Up. Right? If you say you want a Coke, that's a Coke. It's like you go rum and Coke. You're not going to get fucking rum and 7-Up. Well, you weren't specific. No, it was. It was Coke. Laurel says, not in Georgia. They call everything fizzy a Coke. Well, that's Georgia. Enough said. But no, Coke is, no. Now, I like it when a restaurant says we've got Coke or Pepsi products, because that tells you exactly what it is. Because, like, then you get either 7-Up or Sprite, but they're from two different places. So, Laurel says not business, is just regular folks. There is no regular folks in Georgia. I'm going to get all sorts of hate mail. It's like nobody watched the show, but suddenly I got 5,000 emails in saying, you motherfucker, you. What are you saying? There's no regular people in Georgia. I said what I said. No, I didn't mind Georgia. I didn't mind Georgia. Laurel says, I lived there for 20 years before I escaped. No, Georgia's not bad. Depends upon where you live in Georgia. Depends upon where you live in. Fort McClellan was in Georgia. But it's not Fort McClellan anymore, I don't think. But whatever. It was, I tell you, it was a heap better than Louisiana. And I had some good times in Louisiana. But man, that is the armpit of the world. Holy shit. Holy shit. All the worst things about Florida without any of the good things about Florida. Laurel said, little town between Atlanta and Athens. No. Well, you survived it. You survived it. Now, were you in that I call thick, okay? I call thick. Were you in thick Georgia or were you in Florida sounding Georgia? Because there's a difference. We were on the phone. We were on the phone talking with some gal on the phone. It was just medical shit. And it was our insurance company. And the gal, I could tell, okay, she's black. I know she's black. Couldn't place where she was from. Couldn't place where she was from. I'm like, Like, where are you from? She's like, I'm from Florida. I'm like, yeah, okay. Said, because I didn't know whether you were Florida or whether you were like thin. Could be thin Georgia or Alabama or even North Carolina. There's just a wisp of Southern, just a wisp. And then you've got thick. And you know by thick. And you've got thin. And a lot of those Southern states, you got thin and you got thick. The thin, you go, I know, okay, you're not from up north. But you ain't, where the fuck are you from? And you've got thick going, oh my God. Laurel says, oh hell no, I can throw that Georgia accent in a heartbeat. And they put some Minnesota in there. And then I can put some Minnesota. Oh my God, Minnesota with Georgian? That's fucked up. You're trying to fry somebody's brain? Now throw in the Kentucky country. Kentucky's another state too. They got thin and thick. There's Judy. Sorry, I've had family stuff going on, but I wanted to say hi. You should have just stayed out, Judy. It was about 45 minutes ago. Little over 45 minutes ago, I predicted she'll be in about 5 minutes. It was at 9:12. I got it written down. It said 9:12. Okay, she'll be here in 5 minutes. She didn't show up. I hope everything is fine. There wasn't shit for people. It was basically me and Laurel. W showed up tonight. Hell, so Laurel, W, and K likes to breeze in and then disappear. So K, Laurel, W, and myself. Did I miss anybody, Laurel? I think that was it. Judy says sorry. No, it's okay. It happens. If I'd known you still weren't going to be here until now, I'd have really talked shit about you. No. It's fine. But yeah, you got thick and thin. Virginia's even got thick and thin, but it's different. She says, hey. Hey what? Hey what? No, you wouldn't expect anything less. If I'm talking to you or about you, that's a start. Unless you're a dickweed, and then I'll talk about you and then forget about it, and that's fine. We talked about some dickweeds tonight. We did. I got a feeling Mark's on his way out. I don't have the patience for it anymore. I got no incentive to keep people around. And if people don't like me, yeah, fuck them. I'm an acquired taste. That's fine. But, yeah. You didn't publicly reprimand him, and you publicly reprimanded me. Yeah, I said, stop it. Yeah, just like parents, they don't care how it starts. It's done. All the other guy said was retard. You called him shit for brains. I'm sorry. Retard is pretty mild compared to shit for brains. If I call somebody a retard, they're just being a retard. If I take the time to say shit for brains, it means a little bit more than retard. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Mark was a little bit worse than the other guy. And the other guy was on point. Sorry. I can't. Yeah, bias. Yep. I agree with him calling you a retard for asking what you did. I agree with it. But I scolded him. Didn't I, Laurel? I scolded him. I read what I wrote. I scolded him. Oh, fucking Mark. Great googly moogly. Okay, Judy. Now you gotta listen. You gotta answer. Soda, pop, soda pop. Soda, pop, soda pop. She can go either way. Oklahoma's an either way state. Soda, pop, soda pop. Both. You say pop or soda, right? Depending. Oklahoma's either way. Either way. Okay, number 2. Hoagie, grinder, or sub. Hoagie, grinder, or sub. I use grinder or sub, depending upon what it is. Hoagie, grinder, or sub. Okay, she's a sub. I think Laurel was sub too. Yeah, Laurel's a sub as well. That's a common. That's fine. So I got hoagie or sub depending upon what it is. It's like if it's if it's a meatball sub, it's a meatball sub. If it's a grinder, it's a mayo, cheese, meat, veggies. It's just a grinder. Unless you go to Subway, then they're all subs. You say, "Give me a turkey sub." But if I'm making it at home, it's probably a turkey grinder. It's the meatball sub. Meatball sub. You don't have a meatball grinder. I mean, you can, but no. I'll eat them all. I don't care what you call it. I never called him a hero. Never called him a hero. Yeah. Oh, Laurel. We had the what the hell was it? It was a Reuben, was it Reuben casserole? The Reuben casserole. Sounds good on paper. There was something off about it. There was something that was missing. Could have been the rye. The missus is on a low carb diet now. She's been doing great. But some of the recipes used, like, you dice up rye bread and you put it on the top. It might have worked something, but yeah, it wasn't doing it. But what it did is we're like, oh man, we like sauerkraut. We don't eat sauerkraut enough. And we both like it. And we don't eat cabbage as much as we should. We both like that too. We got to do some cabbage rolls. Those are pretty good. Cabbage rolls. But sauerkraut, oh man. Yeah. We should get some, like a sauerkraut. Sauerkraut with a sausage, in a hot dog bun. That's pretty good. No, what kind of a sausage? I'm tired. What's the dang sausage that you use with sauerkraut in a bun? What is that? It's got a name. Bratwurst. There we go. It's a brat. Bratwurst. Bratwurst and sauerkraut. Oh, that's good. That's good. I like it. Here's another thing I like. The missus, she doesn't care for it. I like bangers and mash. Oh, God, I love bangers and mash. Bangers are a sausage, and mash is mashed potatoes. Here's how I make it. You make your mashed potatoes how you like to make mashed potatoes. Okay. Then you take 2 mild white sausages. Just you can use an Italian, doesn't matter. It just got to be a mild sausage. And you put them on the top of your potatoes. And then you cover that with a brown gravy with a minimum of onions. You got to have onions. Onions and brown gravy, but you can throw some mushrooms in it, but you got to have onions and brown gravy, and you just pour that over the top. Oh my God, that is so good. Bangers and mash. Now you can serve it with or without peas. Classically, it's served with peas. It's an Irish meal. I'm not Irish, but I love bangers and mash. Oh, love it. I got to have it again. And currywurst. Oh, God, I love currywurst too. Laura goes, oh, the Reuben casserole, yeah. Yeah, I like a good Reuben sandwich. There was just something that just wasn't right about it. She says bangers and mash are delicious. There's an English pub just over the river in Indiana. Yeah, it's like, oh. It's hard to fuck up bangers and mash. It really is. It's really hard to screw it up. If you go someplace and they fucked up bangers and mash, then just write that place off. Because it's comfort food. It is really good. Bangers and mash and an ice cold beer. It's like, oh. Again, with or without peas. You can choose it. I could take it or leave it either way. They're not mixed in with it. They're served with it. They're served with it. They're not mixed in. Now, what I do like is when I have mashed potatoes, I like serving corn with it. Corn, gravy, some meatloaf. And you're not really mixing it, but you end up mixing it on your fork. Oh, I love corn in my mashed potatoes with a little bit of brown gravy. Mushy peas? No, not mushy peas. I don't like mushy peas. Don't like mushy peas. Bright peas. Cooked. But not like, canned peas and they're brown and shit. No. Laurel says, I love mashed potatoes dipped into corn. Yeah, there's best. Yeah. And then add a little bit of gravy, a little bit of brown gravy. You don't need a lot. And you take your mashed potatoes on your fork and then you go blip into so now it picked up some of the corn and just put a little bit of brown gravy on it, put it in your mouth and oh, that's yummy. It's good stuff. It's simple food. That's almost what they did with the KFC chicken bowls. We do that. We make them here. Those are good. Oh, my goodness. You got the gravy and the mashed potatoes and the corn and the chicken. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All in one bowl. Laurel says exactly. Dang right, exactly. Yeah. That's good eating. It's almost like a shepherd's pie-ish with gravy, but made with chicken. Yeah, whatever. It's all good. Judy says, love those bowls. I forgot the cheese. You got to throw fucking cheese in there, too. Oh, my God. I used to bring them when I was working for Bass Pro. I used to bring those in. That's good. You throw that in the microwave. Throw it in the microwave for about 4 or 5 minutes. Or do 3, stir it, do another 2. Oh, my God. Oh. Taters. That's hearty. Taters, corn, gravy, cheese. chicken. Oh yeah. Now you could replace the chicken with beef, and then go with a dark gravy instead of a lighter gravy. You know, a turkey or chicken gravy. You can replace the chicken with pork and still go with a light gravy, and that's fine. Or you can get just dark gravy in all of it. I'm a dark gravy on a lot of stuff too. It's like, oh yeah, you got chicken. You don't need chicken or turkey gravy. You can use beef on it. That'll be fine. Just makes it all nice and robust. We've been using the hell out of that rotisserie on our Weber this year, though. Oh, perfect chicken. Perfect chicken. Our favorite before that was spatchcock. What we would do is we'd spatchcock and either cook it in the oven or we'd cook it on the grill. So we'd spatchcock and then I'd sear it skin side down. Then take it off, move it off the heat, and then finish cooking till it gets 165 off the heat. Laurel says, growing up, we had hamburger gravy over mashed potatoes. That's the comfort food. Oh, yeah. Corn on the side. Yep. Hamburger gravy over mashed potatoes. Or it's almost like Salisbury steak. You have Salisbury steak. It's the same thing, except for it's in a patty. And then sometimes we don't even have Salisbury steak. We just go, we want just a couple hamburgers, seasoned right, cooked up, mashed potatoes, gravy. Eat it with a fork and knife. Corn is good. Corn is good. Yep. Stroganoff. You can make pork, beef, doesn't matter. Stroganoff is an awesome leftover meal. Whatever meat you got. We've never made a chicken one, but pork and beef and different cuts. Yeah. Make a nice stroganoff out of it. Another good thing for leftover meats, and you can do it, beef, chicken, pork, doesn't matter, is do a stir fry. Stir fries are quick and easy. They're nice. We talked about this before, and the missus and I would get into it. It's like we hear people talking, oh, poor people, and you don't have money, you can't eat. It's like you're full of shit. You are full of shit. It doesn't cost a lot to eat very well. You just got to cook right. It's simple food done right. Flavor it. Learn how to use some seasonings. If your food doesn't have any flavors, oh my God, Hart's Turkey Farm up in the Lakes region. Hart's Turkey Farm. Oh, world-renowned Hart's Turkey Farm. Their food fucking sucks. It's like going to an old folks' home. The mashed potatoes are like pureed, but then not even that soft. Almost reminds you of like old flake box potatoes and no fucking flavor on anything. All the turkey cutlets, no flavor in them. None of their food had any flavor. It's like, what the hell? Is this like an old folks' home? You got to go to Hart's Turkey Farm. We've been there just a handful of times. 3, 4 more times, something like that in 30 years. We're like, okay, we'll try something different. We're up here, we'll try something different. Disappointed every fucking time. And it wasn't like we caught it on a bad day, because this was spread out over the years. They suck. And they get good reviews. They can't cook. They can't cook. It's like people say, oh, you got to try this place. They got the best barbecue here. Haven't found a decent barbecue joint up in the Northeast. I haven't. I make my own. No, I'm tired of being disappointed. I am really tired of being disappointed. I got one I got to try out. Gus says he likes it, but I'll try it and find out. Try some simple shit. See how the brisket is. You know. Sauces can make or break it. But, whatever. Holy shit, we're quarter after now. Now you got me yakking. Got talking about food. Oh, here you go. Judy. Okay. We have breakfast, lunch. What do you call the evening meal? Judy says sauce is important. It is. The sauce can make or break it. The meat's very important too, but your sauce can make it or break it. I like a sweet and spicy. But okay, you got breakfast, lunch. Okay, dinner. That's what I say, dinner. I don't say supper. It's dinner. Now, what do you call it if it's a late dinner, like a super late dinner? It's later than you normally have it, like before you go to bed. You're going to have something to you're going to have some food. What do you call it then? You didn't have dinner. It's past dinner time, but it's a meal. What do you call it? She's like, oh, fuck. What do you call it? See, Laurel and myself were about on the same page. Dang, word for word. We call it something. It's not dinner. You don't call it dinner. You don't have dinner at, we're not, that's another thing. You see in the movies and stuff like that. Oh, we're going out to dinner and it's like fucking 9:30 at night. You ain't eating dinner at 9:30 at night. Shut the fuck up. You're stupid. Okay, you call it a snack. Okay. Because I don't eat a meal that late. Okay, that's fair enough. Now we call it having a bite to eat. I'm pretty sure that's what Laurel said. That's what I call it. I'm having a bite to eat. It's not dinner that late. Even if it's a meal, it ain't dinner. And it's leftovers. It's not dinner. It might be dinner stuff, but it's not stuff you created from scratch. It's usually leftovers. Judy says that works too. Yeah. Says I'm having a bite to eat. I'm going to have a bite to eat. The same way as when we're out and about and we go to say, you want a bite to eat? We don't go, you want to go to lunch? It's like, no. You want a bite to eat? Let's go. Let's have a bite to eat. But yeah, sauerkraut. Got to put more of that in our diet. And cabbage. Love cabbage. We don't eat enough cabbage. Love cabbage. Love cabbage. Hot dogs in lettuce instead of rolls. Oh. You get those. What do you call that lettuce? It looks like a little boat. It looks like a little boat. It's got a rib down the spine of it. And you just pop the thicker part on the ends. What do you call that lettuce? Romaine lettuce. Looks like a boat. Perfect for a hot dog. Throw your hot dog in it. Boy, put chili dog in there. Oh, yeah. Judy goes romaine. Yeah. Oh, that's our favorite way of eating hot dogs. Now, I'll eat it with bread. We had buns the other day, and that was fine. But I really like. Here's the thing. I like a good toasted New England style. They're the ones that stand up. The split tops. I like them toasted in butter and stuff. Oh, and that's really great. But man, having a hot dog and romaine lettuce, even a chili dog. You put that hot dog in it, you put the chili on it, and all your cheese and a little bit of ketchup and mustard and a bunch of freaking onions on it. And oh my God, you can almost eat twice as many, dang near twice as many hot dogs that way than with a bun. They just seem so light and airy. Well, because it's the lettuce. It's like, oh, those are good. Those are good. We love our hot dogs and romaine lettuce. Those are good. Mm-hmm. Yep. And for chips, here we go, chips. I used to be a Doritos guy. Doritos. Couldn't get me enough Doritos. I'm more of a nacho cheese and then the spicy ones as opposed to the ranch. Ranches are okay, but I'm more of a nacho cheese kind of guy. But the older I got, the less Doritos I was eating. I defaulted to my two favorites are sour cream and onion chips and Funyuns. I love me some Funyuns. So sour cream and onion chips and Funyuns are my go-tos now. Judy says I like the taco flavor. Yeah, that's a fairly new one, though. It's a fairly new one. They got a bunch of new ones. They got, was the jalapeno? I don't recall whether that was a Dorito or whether it was a Pringles. Could have been a Pringles. I'm not sure. One of them has a jalapeno. I like Pringles, too. Pringles are good. Now, they got a knockoff company out there that makes them. They're sort of like Pringles. The ratio is different. They're kind of thicker and fluffier. I like Pringles. Sour cream and onion. Regular. Yeah. So, every once in a while, I like a barbecue chip, but it depends upon the chip because, again, they're different. Some I like, some I don't. The missus, she likes the barbecue chips. I don't like douche chips. You like douche chips? Yeah. The kids like douche chips. When we went out canoeing, we had to get the kids some douche chips. If you go douche chips, what the fuck? Think about it. What do you think douche chips are? Any guesses? But yeah, my go-to now are sour cream and onion and Funyuns. Funyuns. I get on a Funyun kick though. Lay's. I'm sure Lay's have douche chips. No, this is a generic. This is a flavoring. This isn't a brand. This isn't a brand. You know, like sour cream and onion. You can get it in any. You can get it in Ruffles and Lay's and Cape Cod and all sorts of other shit like that. It's just a flavoring. These are douche chips. I'm sure Lay's makes more. They've got to make them. The kids like Sun Chips too. They're fine for me. They're not my thing. They don't have enough flavor. Nobody's gonna guess for douche chips. Okay, salt and vinegar chips. I can't. No, thank you. No, salt and vinegar chips. That's right. That's what I call douche chips. Not a salt and vinegar kind of guy. And I like jalapenos and stuff. I like pepperoncini peppers. That's pretty good. Got the banana peppers. Those are good. Had some. Judy says I love them. Yeah, the kids love them. The kids love them. They're like, because this is what happens when we go out. We tell them, you bring your drink, and we got the food. So the missus takes the orders. And this is what they want to eat for sandwiches and stuff like that, and this is what they want for chips, and we get cookies and stuff. We do it. Douche chips. I had Funyuns. Laurel says, I love salt and vinegar chips. Yeah, both Judy and Laurel, not my thing. Not my thing. The kids like it, and that's great. Yeah. I'm not a douche chip kind of guy. Nope. So that day, what our meal was, well, they had like roast beef sandwiches and turkey sandwiches and their douche chips and cookies and stuff. And I had tuna fish. I had a couple tuna fish sandwiches with lettuce and my Funyuns. My big old container iced tea. Made my tea. Windy day. Windy day. But it's been worse. Don't think I'll go back there. Too far to drive. Too far to drive for a lake. And like I said, if I was going to pick a lake to live on, I probably would. It's not an ugly lake. It doesn't have enough character for me to live on it. I'd love to live on Squam Lake. Oh my God, I'd love to live on Squam. Cost a fortune to get houses up there though. Not on the lake. Good taxes. Good taxes. On the lake, holy shit. Taxes and all the houses cost out the ass. It's one thing about New Hampshire. You're going to pay if you want like super rich houses don't look like super rich houses up here. Laura says, "See, cost of living." Yeah. And it doesn't get you. It doesn't get you much. You don't get acreage, and you get an old house. You move to some other states, and it's like, holy shit, this house here is only $600,000. Hell, you're going to pay $3.5 million for something that looks about the same in New Hampshire. It's like, ooh. But yeah, and you're winking about the cost of living. No, you don't need $250,000 a year to be comfortable in New Hampshire. You don't. You don't. You don't. Says, look up how much lakefront property on Cooska Lake is. It's probably, let's see here, Cooska Lake. Where's that, in Tennessee? Or is that New York? Keuka. Keuka. Lake Holmes. That's in New York. You're talking about New York? Yeah. Finger Lakes, grew up on that lake. Yeah. It's same. That's the same. Well, they got some. They actually got some that's less. I'd say the properties are the same or less than Winnipesaukee and Squam. Yeah, some of these. Yeah, I'm looking at one now that's. Yeah, 2.25 mil. That's probably a good 4 mil house. See here. Like this one right here. This house right here. Yeah, that's probably a good 4 mil house. And it's 2.25. She says it's freaking ridiculous. The older cottages are getting sold and McMansions are going up. Yeah. And these aren't too bad. These aren't too bad. This one here is 1.8. Yeah, 3/4 of a lot, an acre lot, under 2 mil, relatively new house. Yeah. That's not bad. Let's try this. Beautiful. Yeah. Oh, and they got some beautiful houses around Winnipesaukee. Same type. You got to understand, this is all New England style. The Adirondacks and lake houses. Get out of here. That's not what I want. Let's get out of here. Okay, what do we got here? No, come on. No. Realtor.com. There we go. Show me something good. Okay, these are crap. These are crap ones. You love me. Do. Yeah. Watch this. Okay, this is in Wolfboro. 10.9 million right here. 6.2 acres, but it's a 14,778 square foot house. This one right here, 9.5 million, 8,000 square foot, 3 acres. This one right here is 7.5. That's just shy of 6,000 square feet, so that's manageable. 2 acres. Just shy of 2 acres, 12,000 square foot, 7.4. This is a contingent. This is just over 5,000 square feet, 1.12 acres. That's 7 million. That's in Center Harbor. Here's a house on Sunapee, just over 5,000 square feet, just over half an acre of land, $6.7 million. Not a new house. It's like, wow. Yeah. Wow. So when I was looking at the houses, the prices that, see, this one is the equivalent of what she was showing me on her lake. $6.3 million, 2.21 acres, just shy of 9,000 square feet. Beautiful house. I mean, everything is perched up on the ledge. Yeah, that's stupid money. No, and what's even worse is, okay, let's take this one right here. Do. Property details. Show more. Show me taxes. Show more. Show me taxes. Do. Annual tax amount, $46,107. $46,107 for 2.2 acres of land on Winnipesaukee. Yeah, it's like, okay, and this is on half an acre, 4,000 square feet. Okay, we'll take a look at this one. This is a nice little house. Well, it's bigger than my house, but for Winnipesaukee, this is a nice little house. So here we go. You see it, pretty house. $5.5 million, and this is sale pending. Now let's take a look at this. Let's go. Show more. Show more. Annual tax amount. That's not too bad. $13,006 a year. That's a fucking bargain on Winnipesaukee. $13,006 per year for this house. on Winnipesaukee. Squam ain't much better. It's like, holy shit. Laura says that's cheap. Yeah, that's cheap. That's cheap. So again, and this is, I mean, you get into like Tuftonboro and Moultonboro. These are areas up by Squam and Winnipesaukee. And you don't get property that's on the lake. You get some good property taxes. But good property taxes for New Hampshire, it makes people go, oh shit, I'm paying over $7,000 a year here, and I've got like 1/8 of an acre in a house that's, 150 years old. Go down to Tennessee, the property that I was looking down there, about 120 acres. It's less than, property taxes less than here. Got 2 houses on it. 3 barns, 2 houses. Yeah. Laurel says Tommy's parents' house in New Jersey on a postage stamp size 14,000. Yeah, it's horrible. There's worse places than New Hampshire, but yeah, horrible. That's twice as what I'm paying here. And there's towns with more taxes than what we got. Judy says location. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, sorta. And other things. But we don't have income tax here. I get income taxed. Here's the thing, and it just fucking pisses me off. If you work for somebody, you don't have to pay income tax in the state of New Hampshire. If you're self-employed or have a business, you got to pay business tax. And that's like 6%. So it's like, okay, well, I'm self-employed, so I don't get out. So I got the federal taxes and then my business taxes here in New Hampshire. But we don't have, other than that, like a normal person, the missus is not taxed on her income. Federal, yeah, but not New Hampshire. So she doesn't file each year. New Hampshire doesn't have to. No sales tax, which helps out. So no sales tax, no income tax for the average person. If you're self-employed or own a business, you got business tax. I personally think if you're self-employed, you shouldn't have to pay business taxes. If you run a business and you've got employees, then okay, that's different. Laurel says, I wish we didn't have income tax or property tax. That's what really pisses me off. When it took the tags off my truck, I still had to pay tax just for owning it. Really? You get taxed for your trucks even when they're not registered. See, most places you get taxed on your vehicle once, and then you have yearly registrations. And then if you don't register it, you don't have to pay the taxes on it. She says, yeah, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, that's bullshit. If it's not registered and not running on the road, fuck you. It's one thing if you get a sales tax on it, and it's a one-time fee. But they get us with the registration because our registration isn't that good. They get us on registration, but we don't have inspections anymore. And this guy that got a contract, he got a contract last year with the state to do all the state's vehicles. He sued the state when the legislators even turned the damn plates in. Yeah, that's horse shit. Sued the state when the state voted that no more inspections. It's like, I don't think he's going to win. I haven't heard anything about he can't fucking win. What grounds is he going to win on? Oh, I got a contract with the state, and they were going to pay me to do all their fucking vehicles, and now I've lost that income. So fucking what? That's the way it works. That's the fucking way it works. You didn't get paid up front. You get paid after you've done the vehicles. So no. So fuck them. But yeah, so all things, and the cost of living isn't that. I think it's a little higher than the national average, but it's not bad up here. It's not bad. Laura said that's just a contract. Yeah. But he sued the state to put a hold on the no inspections. It's like, yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Not. No. What I'd like them to do is stop using fucking salt. Salt kills vehicles. That's another thing you don't have to worry about in the states that don't have much of a winter. No salt. Or states that don't use salt. Some just use sand, and that's fine. Salt melts the snow better. Yeah, I get it. But learn to fucking drive and put winter tires on it. Or all-season tires, and you don't have to fucking worry about it. I've never had winter and summer tires. I've had all-season tires. And then learn how to drive. Slow the fuck down. Slow the fuck down. Know whether you're pulling or pushing with your tires. But, yeah, Jesus Christ, I need to shut this down. But, oh, well, when they do put it down, holy crap. Yeah, but stop and think about it. Up here, when they put it down, holy crap, every fucking snowstorm. And it snows all the time. So it's like, it's horrible. It's what kills cars. It's not that they fucking break down, it's they rust out. Jesus. Well, it was an interesting show. I'm going to shut it down. Everybody get some rest. See you Sunday, because today's Wednesday, right? Didn't feel like a Wednesday. It felt like a Tuesday all day. It's like, man, it felt like a damn Tuesday all day. Tuesday. Not a Wednesday. But Sunday. We'll see if people show up this time or not. Laura and I are going to have to make notes so we can talk shit about everybody. Oh, update. Talk to Gus. I talked to Gus. He had an appointment Tuesday and he had an appointment today. He's going to let me know how things go. But he's not getting worse, but he ain't getting any better. There's an issue with the infection that he has. And it's just holding, it's fine. It's just holding steady. It ain't getting worse. So they're going to have to run some things and see what's going on. So he's a little disheartened. So our prayers are going out to him. But I forgot. It's like, yeah, I said I was going to call Gus, and I did. So I'll talk to him later on in the week and see how things are going. And they're selling their camp up north, and they're selling they're selling their trailer. It's a new trailer. They just got a new trailer, new camper. It's a nice one. They're selling that because they can't keep going back and forth, and they're not redoing their lease on the spot for it. So, and he gets frustrated. He likes to do things for himself and doesn't like to have people do it. And I told him, you just let me know if you need something. You give me a holler. I don't care. I know you don't like people doing it, but give me a holler. So prayers are welcome there. Prayers are welcome there. The missus has a new doctor. Yes. And her medical records have been transferred. Yes. On the 15th is her first appointment with them. Tentatively scheduled for the surgery on the first week of August. So we'll see how things go. Yeah, Gus found out the day the missus found out, because she had called them and said, "Hey, the records there," and they called her back and said, "Yeah, the records are here." It's like, okay, yay. So I was on the phone with Gus, and she's like, "Yeah, tell Gus I got the records in. He's the first to know." He was excited. He's like, "Yay!" Yeah, she's very relieved. And her blood pressure has gone back to normal. So she's doing good. And she's been doing good on the weight. She's been doing her new diet. And back on keto. Keto's difficult. I like my starches. Sometimes we're running 2 dang different meals. We try to have some overlap, but she's doing great. She's doing great. Should we do better after the cataract surgery? And I know it's going to be rough because I can't go to the surgery with her. So our youngest is gonna bring her. I want that. The follow-up appointment. I said, the follow-up appointment, I don't care. I'll drive you into Concord, and then you can get an Uber to take you. You know, I'll park across the fucking street from the hospital. And you get an Uber. If we got to pay $5-10 just for them to drive you a block, whatever. And then call Uber when you're done, and they'll drive you a block to my truck, and that's that. You know, we'll figure it out. But okay, I almost forgot all that news. So now you know. You're all up to date. You're all up to date. So prayers out to Gus. Prayers out, not to Gus, for Gus. Gus will like it if I said, "Yeah, Gus, we're sending you prayers." Get on it, Gus. Prayers for Gus and prayers for Alicia. She's still got some things she's going through. She's going through her hysterotomy, and hopefully her hand and shit's better. But okay, it's done. Jesus, thank you for letting us know. Prayers are going up as well. You're most welcome. I almost forgot about it. See you online tomorrow, bright and early, as always. Dealing with the knuckleheads. Sunday, next show. Get some rest. God bless. And take care.